Hello guys, this is Dr. Lior Bar-El, and today this is day 3 of the Treehouse. I wanted to have a discussion about that. I'm gonna say that a lot of the indie games, today was the indie game day, and you know me, I'm just gonna say it right off the bat from the get-go so you guys know. I'm not a big fan of indie games unless they're free, unless I could play them for like $1 or play them on my phone or whatever. They seem to be very retro, some of them, and not really my cup of tea. I'd rather save my money and buy, a AAA game or something like that. But I gotta say, some of the games did stand out, and if you guys remember, I did do reviews for some of them that I really thought were cool. So in this list, I'm gonna mention some of the ones, but the ones that I didn't see anything of, I'm not gonna go too, I'm gonna talk about it, but I'm not gonna go too deep in it. And I'm gonna talk about the ones I recommend, the ones I'm actually considering buying. And I gotta tell you, I'm really stunned by this. By this sort of like indie direct, because looking at these games, I was just completely wowed by them. Not every one of them, and I'm gonna tell you about each and every one right here. Okay, so let's start and let's go right into it right now. So I just wanted to make sure everybody knew about that before I'm going into it. Not biased in any way, because I'm looking forward to seeing a real good game, as I did reviews before of other indie games that I really loved, and I was hoping that they're going to release something great. And from this list, we got a couple of gems that I'm really going to be looking at. So let's get right into it. So, Cadence of Hyrule. When I saw it in the Direct on E3, the Day 1 Direct, I gotta tell you, I wasn't really turned on by it. I thought it was like, whatever, who cares? You know, like Zelda version of whatever. But I was like, it looks pretty cool now. Now that I saw it, they showed it. It kind of moves with the beat. You got bosses with guitars going all, doing stuff, and you're moving to the beat. It looks cool. Again, not my type of game, but might be somebody else's type of game. I don't know. If you guys like this kind of game, it looks very cell phone-ish, like something I would watch, I would get on a cell phone for like $1 or something. Not something I would really want to invest any type of money behind, but, more than $1. If they were loaded with advertisements, I wouldn't care. I'd say it was worth it to get a go in, but it's not really my my cup of tea. But it looked pretty cool. I could see me if I was like bored to tears, kind of like back in the day when you had your flip phones and you were bored to tears waiting for a job interview or a doctor's appointment, and you would just like opening your flip phone and playing Tetris. This is like the equivalent of that. It's like a game that I would like to just pick up when I'm bored to tears or in the crapper, and then after I get out, I don't even give a crap. I'd even shut it off and won't even care if it's saved or not. So that's the way I feel about it. It probably sounds really, really cruel, but that's just the way I feel about it. Again, if you like it, that all the power to you. I'd say, go for it. It looks pretty cool. I would say it's pretty cool. Just, I don't think, if it was $1, I would say go for it. If it's anything over like $10 or something, I think that's like really ridiculous. And I'm sure they're going to charge some kind of money for it, because obviously it has the music from Zelda. So, they're going to be paying royalties and all of that stuff. So this game is going to cost a pretty penny, probably. I don't know, maybe $10, $20. I don't see me paying that kind of money for it. All right, now let's go right into this. This one really freaking wowed me, and I did not think this was ever going to be a freaking, a game on the Nintendo Switch that's an indie game. Dauntless, okay? Dauntless is basically a game where you go on these behemoth hunts. If you guys love Monster Hunter, okay, you guys will absolutely love this freaking game, okay? You have character customizations, not just in the beginning of the game, but even during the game. The guy said you could customize it like you're growing or whatever. You could keep customizing your character, which is really cool. Battle from like all around with up to 4 players going on behemoth hunts, which they all look like, monster hunters, like monsters, and you're all going and you're, quadruple teaming this monster. Now, here's the cool part. If you look at most of these kind of games, like even Monster Hunter, you don't really see any progression. Like, let's say in Mortal Kombat 3, when you're beating the crap out of somebody, you see, or Art of Fighting even, let's go to the classic games back in Neo Geo days, if you punch the guy in the face, he would have a black eye, and you're still fighting, like, as you punch them, or even time killers where you would, you know, cut the guy's limbs off. This game has that kind of progression. When you're kicking butt and taking names, you could chop a tail off, expose a weakness. But as you're whacking at them, you see scratches, you see cuts. That looks so freaking cool because you know you're doing the damage. Most games today, when you have these hack and slash games, don't really have that kind of stuff. When you have a boss, you keep whacking at him and you don't see any progression. This is really cool when you see that progression, how he slowly, his body is taking a beat down, and how if you hit a certain part or a certain limb, you could cut it off, exposing a weakness. I thought this, literally, I gotta say, this was one of the best indie games that I saw in this list, and I probably should have kept it for last, but I wanted to get it out of the way too. This game is definitely a game I would want to get. Even if they charge for it $10 or even 15, I would hop on it. 20, even I would think about it. It's a great game. I'm a big Monster Hunter fan, as I did the review for you guys before. I'm a big Monster Hunter fan, and I think it's just really dope. And just just wanted to mention look at my past video. I show you guys how to make another account if you haven't done so already for Japan or whatever region. You could actually get God Eater right now. They actually have God Eater that you could get. It said coming soon, but it's going to come out really soon, way before us, because it's not even on our list. So it's pretty cool if you guys want to get that. That's another game that's kind of like this. But this game is really cool. I think it has a lot of potential. From what I saw, I'm really glad they went on Behemoth hunts and we could see what they look like. And it just looks really cool. Something I'd really want to get. Definitely play it on the go. It's a game that I think is not meant to be played on a TV screen, you know, on a monitor. It's meant to be played on the go. It's a game that I would really enjoy playing on the go. We'll see how the heck that turns out and how it develops as it comes out. The next game that I really recommend is Sakuna of Rice and Ruin. It's based on Japanese mythology. It's kind of a hack and slash as well. It's kind of, you know, you even have like this Zelda type thing, like Breath of the Wild thing, where you can cook, you can buy food, all kinds of stuff like that. But it has this, it's a 2D gamer, but kind of like a 2D, 3D mix, you know, with 3D kind of ish backgrounds. Looked really, really cool. I love the bosses. The bosses were like, I can't even explain it. They had this bone boss. He looks like he was made out of bones, and you're whacking at him, and it looked so real and very arcade-like. That's where I want to go with this. Arcade-like quality. If you miss those arcade games, especially the vintage ones, and you see how they're trying to upgrade them now on their own, they're adding to it all kinds of things, you know, the old games to make it look even crisp using Mugen and stuff like that. This game is like an updated version of our hack and slash Arthur and a bunch of other cool games that we really, really loved. This game is one of them. I don't know how much they're going to charge for it, but if they charge $10 to $15, I would say it's definitely a good to go. I would love to play that on the go too. See, that's the thing with indie games. I find the games to be more on the side of portability than to be played on a big screen. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But these kind of games I'd love to take on the go more than I'd love to play it on dock. And I think that's really what it is. And that game was really cool. Definitely recommend it and definitely take a look at it. You know, in the Treehouse video right there, you could see a whole in-depth review of it. I really wish I could give you guys some clips and stuff. But like I told you, I got copyrighted, warned before by YouTube. I don't want to get into that, even though they lifted it. But I'd like to give you guys the most, so I'm just going to point you into the right direction. Go to see the video. It looks really great. I think you guys would want this. Definitely. She uses like Japanese farming tools. Like if you remember, the sai was, you know, the Japanese farmers used to use those tools as weapons. So they really did investigations on the ancient ways of farming tools. And, you know, that's what she uses and kicks butt and takes names. Really cool. I think this is going to be another promising game. Again, definitely for on-the-go players like myself and other people out there. Hollow Knight Silksong. I gotta tell you, my wife loves this game. I never really liked it. I don't know about this. So now they have Silksong coming out. We'll see how it is. My wife's gonna definitely get it. She's gonna love this game. I wasn't a big fan of it. I thought it was just an okay game. Again, like one of those games like Cadence of Hyrule, something I'd pick up and not even care if I save or not in the crapper and waiting for a doctor's appointment, kind of like a Tetris game, you know, on the cell phone. Even though I love Tetris, but on a cell phone just to kill time. That's the way I think of that. Now let's go right into Overcooked 2, Night of the Hungry Horde. That's another one that's just like the one I was just discussing right now. I'm not a big fan of these kind of games. I don't know. It's not really for me. It kind of reminds me of, I don't know, one of those cell phone games. Or Burger Time. I forgot what it was called. God. And they also added a Mario edition that does that too. It's like Burger Time or something. That's what this thing reminds me of. I was never really a big fan of that. Looks very dated, the graphics. Something retro. I wouldn't even pay $1 for it. But, you know, maybe $1. I don't know. Again, if you like it, that's you. Personally, me, I'm not a big fan of that one. Then came this one. And I got to tell you, I was wowed by this. Yooka-laylee. It plays kind of like Donkey Kong Country. You know, you knock Laylee out, who's, I think, the bad, and Yuka is the other one. But, you know, if there's no, like, hit system, if they get whacked, the bat goes away. So it's kind of like Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong, you know, in Donkey Kong Country. It even has, like, vines that go up, you know, that swing. It has all kinds of characters that look really familiar, but, you know, their own take on it. It's like a cheaper version of Donkey Kong Country. It looks really cool. Obviously, less graphics than Donkey Kong Country, but looks pretty cool. I see myself playing this on the go. Again, on the go, but, you know, I would really care about where, you know, the saves and all of that stuff. Then came the game Rad. Okay, now Rad is kind of an unusual game. It's you know, you feel like you're a kid going and kicking butt and taking names or whatever, but it kind of has like this cartoonish style, kind of like on the cell phones, the game, what was it called? Oh my god, how did I forget this? With the zombies. Oh my god, I was a big fan of that. It's like in the tip of my tongue. Whatever. That game, hold on. Please forgive me, guys. Walking Dead, I had to pause it and look for it. I can't believe that slipped my head. I really love that show. And it was on the PS Vita and on a bunch of other, on the cell phones and stuff. It kind of has that kind of cartoonish look, that comic book meets cartoon look. And of course, then the game itself, kind of like a dated game, retro game. Of like hack and slash. I really hope that one day they come out with Zombies Ate My Neighbor, an updated version, a brand new version, exclusive to the Nintendo Switch. I played it on the Super Nintendo and absolutely loved it back in the day. I think that game would be really freaking dope. Coming out for the Switch. Let's see what the heck happens. Then, of course, it goes, we're going to segue right into Jim Henson's, one of my favorites. He did the Muppets, I think it was. Yeah, Muppets or Sesame Street. Yeah, I think it was Muppets. And I remember he was one of my favorites back when I was a real little kid. And I saw him, he was in the parade. And then the next day, he passed away from pneumonia, I think it was. And now, you know, his epic, you know, based on the TV shows that's coming out, the video game, the Dark Crystal Tactics, Age of Renaissance. I'm going to tell you, I'm not a big fan of this one. Again, if you're a Final Fantasy Tactics fan, you'd absolutely love it. It kind of plays the same thing like the Final Fantasy Tactics. And I think, you know, if you love that, you'd like it. I was never a fan of that, that kind of, I don't know, structure. So definitely I'm not going to be a big fan of that. I'm definitely not going to want to get it. If it was free, maybe I'd just give it a spin, but not really my type of thing. So, you know, from all of them, I would say about 1, 2, 3, 4 games out of all of them, I would say are like must-haves from the independent market. Really happy that they're still coming out with games and they're working hard on it. I just wish to see less of the retro and more of the, you know, focus on better games. I don't know, like they did over here with Dauntless. So that's really awesome. I mean, let me know what you guys think down below. Are you happy with this direct of indie games on the E3 Indie Game Day. Are you happy with some of the games? Which game are you going to get? Which game do you like? Do you like the Dark Crystal Tactics, Age of Resistance? Do you like that? Do you like Final Fantasy Tactics? Let me know. I want to hear it down below. As always, self-funded here. This is our channel. That's why we opened it, for honesty, honest reviews, and how-to videos. I teach you guys how to do everything. So, going to be uploading more videos for the How to Build a Gaming / Post-Production Desk on the cheap. And then, obviously, in the last episode, I'm going to be doing another giveaway. Noob Cybot mask and a Scorpion mask. My dog is here. Let me see if I could get him in focus here. This is him. He's the one that, you see how he always interrupts? He always interrupts me. He's so cute. But thanks to your prayers, he's doing really, really well. But anyways, let me just tell you, definitely I want to hear what you guys have to, what you guys think down below. And definitely like this video, subscribe, and hit that bell button. This is our channel, the People's Channel. Have a good one, y'all. Take care. Bye. As always, guys, if you like what you see, self-funded here, be sure to check out all my other stuff, from mini-series to unboxings to technology, and Nintendo reviews and 3D printer reviews and all that good stuff. If you like what you see, the only way you can help the channel is by liking this video, subscribing, and hitting that bell button. As many more cool videos to come. Definitely want you guys in it, and I want you guys to be vocal. Definitely comment down below. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Have a good one, y'all. Take care. Bye.